Here we are today at Frank Lloyd Wright's Graycliff with Ren Hauser, the executive director, who's going to give us a little backstage tour.
Right now we are standing in front of what Frank Lloyd Wright called the home grounds of Graycliff. We have about 8.5 acres and 3 buildings, 2 of which you can see from here. And one of the interesting things about Graycliff is that you can see right through the building to the lake itself. That was a revolutionary design for 1926.
Originally designed for Darwin and Isabel Martin to recreate their cherished vacations in Lake Placid, Graycliff Estates is a prime example of Frank Lloyd Wright's organic architecture. Integrating materials and shapes from the surrounding area into the design, Wright created a home that was truly an extension of the landscape.
So, Matt, right now we're in front of 2 of the buildings at Graycliff. On our right here is the Foster House, and on the left is the Isabel Martin House. The Foster House was originally built as the garage with living quarters above for the Martin family servants. The stones that both of the buildings are made out of came from the beach below. And you can see also that many of the stones have naturally occurring orange in them. And that is from iron oxide, so it looks like the stones are rusting.
Wright's genius is in the attention to details going from the ground up. The newly completed roof, which is exactly how Wright designed it, contained over 25,000 hand-stained cedar shingles and took a team of men a whole summer just to stain.
So Matt, this room is the family sun porch. And Darwin and Isabel Martin's grandchildren used to play in here on rainy days. They played board games and things like that, listen to the radio back in the 30s. And you can see the many windows in this room, and there are windows, scores and scores of windows throughout Graycliff.
Equally important to Wright was the landscape surrounding the house. Special attention has been given to give the ground the same look as Wright had planned for it.
So the landscape here is just as important as our buildings, as it turns out. This pond, for example, looks very natural and looks like it's always been here, but in fact it was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, and it's entirely man-made, as is the lovely little fountain here with its trickle of water into the pond. It's just one of the many features that Frank Lloyd Wright built into the landscape.
Graycliff Estate was designed for Isabel Martin's pleasure, and Wright achieved this completely. I found it incredibly interesting touring the grounds of Graycliff, and I found it uplifting to see that Wright's Buffalo legacy has been preserved with such a passion. It's so easy to get caught up in the next best thing. However, sometimes it's nice to step back and take a look at the beauty of the past.